did hear about the Cabbage Patch Kids one, but that's pretty much it. I know it was one of the very first ones.
And if you want the bootlegs, you don't have to go to somebody's trunk. You just go to Temu.
Welcome to Holiday Film Countdown. I'm Jamie Wolter, and today we're going to the Twin Cities.
That's right. This film is Jingle All the Way, our 28th ranked holiday film. Hello, I'm Tim Wolter. This is the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger is running all over town trying to score a sold out and very scarce toy, but no one can remember this film's title.
Our first guest is Caleb Zammit. Hello, Caleb. Please let us know what you're drinking and give us a quick thought on Jingle All the Way.
I'm drinking coffee. My thought is I love Arnold movies. It's one of my, not top, but it's definitely a good Arnold movie. And I work with toys a lot, so I like anything with toys.
Yeah.
All right. And our other guest is Luke Wolter. Hi, Luke. What are you drinking? And what's your initial thought on the film?
Hi, I'm drinking prickly pear flavored water, and I thought that room was pretty cool. Jamie's room in the movie, really cool. I wish I had that when I was that age.
You could still have it.
That's true.
Very true. All right. And I am drinking Tito's vodka here from Austin. And my quick thought on the film is a little bit of slapstick comedy going on with some good old commercialism.
There you go. And I'm drinking a cola Poppi. And this film is ranked where it is in the countdown because it's relatable and fun and Arnold. And I feel like Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and Letterboxd totally underrated it.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way was written by Randy Kornfield. This film was released in 1996. It premiered at the Mall of America in Minneapolis, one of the Twin Cities. Jingle All the Way was directed by Brian Levant, and of special note, it was produced by Chris Columbus.
Yes, Chris Columbus appears a few other times in our countdown. He directed Home Alone and Home Alone 2, both yet to come, higher ranked, that is. Plus, he produced the number 47 ranked film in our countdown, which is Christmas with the Cranks. Primary filming was on location in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. The parade scene was shot at Universal Studios in Hollywood. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the lead, with Sinbad, Rita Wilson, and Phil Hartman co-starring.
Okay, Caleb, what is your history with Jingle All the Way?
Oh, it's a good holiday movie that I watch every year, and I
Every
appreciate
year?
Yeah, and I appreciate it for the toys. That one, Home Alone, and Gremlins, of course, are the ones we always watch. And the main thing I like about it is the mass consumerism aspect and how they go into like the fights for all the toys, like what happened with Cabbage Patch Kids and Power Rangers. I like the Turbo Man Saban Power Rangers theme that they have going on.
All right, and Luke, what is your history with Jingle All the Way?
Well, as a kid, I didn't even know it existed until about like 2 years ago, which is weird because I feel like I would have really liked it. It never comes on TV, which is a big shame. It's a pretty good holiday movie. It's better than, what's that Tim Allen movie, Santa Claus?
Ooh,
Came out the same time,
coming out with the hot take.
right around the same time, and they play it every year on every like TV channel. But I've never heard anything about this movie, but it's way better.
Wow.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
Well, we'll get into it more.
Yeah, and my history is I've seen it a couple of times, but it's not one that I watch every holiday season. I think I forget about it. Like Luke was saying, maybe that's why you haven't.
Mhm.
You didn't see it growing up. It's one that I forget about, but I enjoyed watching it today.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Gets
It's
big.
not prevalent, yet everyone knows about it. And I do, historically speaking, remember seeing it when it came out back in the mid 90s.
Yeah. All right, let's check out the trailer.
Critics are celebrating Jingle All the Way,
I know what you're thinking.
the side-splitting holiday movie. From the director of Home Alone and the director of Beethoven.
Oh, baby.
It's hilarious, non-stop fun. Arnold is funnier than ever.
Thanks.
In the best holiday family film in years. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice doggy.
Jingle All the Way. Rated PG. The fun is here. Only in theaters.
So, Caleb, if you hadn't watched the movie already, would the trailer catch your eye as to something you would be willing to go see?
Yes, just because it's Arnold, but that's the main reason.
Got you.
And young Jake Lloyd.
All right. And Luke, what about you?
Yeah, I think I definitely would go see it because of the trailer. I mean, especially now because they don't advertise any movies, especially not like that anymore. I mean, that was a pretty long trailer with narration and everything. So that's just that aspect. Yeah, piqued my interest.
All right, great. Well, let's go inside the numbers. It cost 60 million to make Jingle All the Way. Box office sales were 61 million in North America, 68 million internationally, for a worldwide box office total of about 130 million. Net profit there of 70 million. And fun fact here, the Mall of America, which is prominent in the film, is the largest indoor mall in America. At the time, it was the largest indoor mall in the world. 5.6 million square feet or 129 acres. By the way, no real heating system in the building. They use store fixtures, solar and skylights, light bulbs, and body heat to keep it warm.
Must be cold.
Also, a sequel, Jingle All the Way 2, starring Larry the Cable Guy, was released in 2014. Straight to DVD. That means no theatrical release. Not very well received. It's a 1.7 on Letterboxd. The real Jingle All the Way has a 2.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd. And we will all give our own reviews and scores later. By the way, this is our last film with a Letterboxd score under 3 in this countdown going forward.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it's that low. I know we'll get into the numbers later, but I feel like maybe it's the title that is misleading because Jingle All the Way, I don't know. I think of it being a traditional Christmas film with that title, but it's really not.
No.
Yeah, it could get jumbled with the Hallmark titles with a name like that.
Exactly. But it's got way more comedy to it than I don't know, you would expect. But I think it did pretty well with the numbers.
Yeah, what do we think about the 60 million cost to make it?
Not too bad. I mean, they made their money back.
They,
Yeah.
I thought they did pretty well. I mean, think about it. A lot of that probably went to the stars. There were a lot of,
Well, Arnold was probably half of that.
yeah, for sure.
What's interesting is they broke even in North America. So 61 million in sales on 60 million to make it. But 68 million internationally,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
got to be Arnold factor right
Yeah, I
there.
was gonna say because of him, probably.
That and Eraser that year just, paid for his summer home.
All right, well, let's talk about the holiday spirit that this movie gives off. There were a lot of Christmas tropes I saw. What did you think?
Yeah, I like the carolers. The reindeer Ted was a good addition, and all the decorations that the other Ted was putting up. And then the Santa gang was a great part, led by Belushi. There's some snow, but lots of snow actually.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
Yeah.
Real looking snow, right?
Carolers, yeah, it looked real,
Yeah.
ish. And lots of cookies. There were lots of cookies
Yeah,
that
lots
Ted
of-
was eating also.
It was checking all the boxes as we went through. We had eggnog, specifically non-alcoholic eggnog,
Yeah.
or Ted.
Mhm.
Ted drove a lot of the themes of Christmas in this movie.
Yeah, I believe he decorated the whole cul-de-sac.
Yeah. But he was doing it all for Liz. So
Yeah,
Out of the goodness of his heart. No, come on.
that's right. We even had a massive indoor plastic nativity scene,
that caught on fire
which caught on fire.
Yes.
via Ted. Well, via Arnold setting it on fire, but Ted set it up before that.
True.
And then Santas, we had at least 100 because we had 50 mob Santas
Yeah.
and we had 50 marching Santas.
Yeah.
So it was a 100 Santa
That
film.
is a lot of Santas.
Yes, there were.
Is that the most Santas y'all have seen in a holiday film so far? Or?
I think
I
so.
think, yeah, I believe so. Yep.
There was
Rita.
one where I think it was Fred Claus, where they had a whole bunch chasing Vince Vaughn,
Yeah, but I still think this one,
but this was more.
yeah. Well, we can talk about the mall. I mean, it had that typical mall holiday spirit with Santa set up to take pictures, and it had everything that you would think,
Some big Lego village was randomly put in there.
right?
Yeah, which brings us to the toys. What do we think of the toys in this film?
Most of them were like late 90s X-Men, different toys. I was noticing a lot of them. There was like a early Tonka truck on Jake Lloyd's shelf, but a lot of them were Marvel, like late 90s Marvel, and then lots of board games. And then the rest were mostly generic. So they definitely leaned into the Marvel licensing on that one.
Yeah.
So the Turbo Man was preceded by Power Rangers, preceded by Cabbage Patch Kids in terms of crazes and shortages of toys. I was an older brother who waited in line for a Cabbage Patch Kid, took a ticket, went back. They sent us back 5 at a time. My sister was about 4 or 5 years younger. I was probably 10 or 11, believe it or not. My
Sitting
mom
down
dropped,
a dark alley with a hood over your head to
you
grab it.
know, I was at a store in New Orleans called Gaylord's, and my mom dropped me off and said, wait in line. I don't think that would happen these days
Hmm.
with that age child.
No,
And on the way out, I was offered $100 multiple times for that doll, which cost about $20 to $25.
the
So
Sinbads were trying to get to you.
absolutely. But being the good older brother that I am, I held fast, and my sister turned out all right, and she's been good to me. So it was a good call.
Yeah, you know, I was a little girl in that time, but I remember thinking, I know I'm not the the stereotype, but I remember thinking those things look weird. I like the dolls that look more real life. I played with dolls too when I was little, but you know, I didn't get one that Christmas, but I didn't necessarily want one that Christmas either. It's funny. I got one later on though.
No, my sister had a lot of them, but I don't remember the craze for them.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then I do remember the Power Rangers craze later, and then of course Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
But
What year was Power Rangers craze?
that was early 90s. I want to say like
Okay.
93, 94.
And Tickle Me Elmo, we looked it up. It was in 1996, so it was
Yeah.
right around the time this film came out.
Same time as the movie. So good theme crossover.
Hmm.
Luke, have you heard about any of these crazes before?
I did hear about the Cabbage Patch Kids one, but that's pretty much it. I know it was one of the very first ones.
Have you seen the videos on YouTube?
No, I have not.
Okay, you need to.
You would love it.
Fist fights.
Yeah.
Do you remember the PS5 craze?
Oh, yeah. They were very short stocked. There was a lot of like scalpers buying them in bulk.
Nothing compared to it.
Yeah.
No.
You know, it's funny because nowadays with the online shopping, you don't really have that feel anymore, right?
Can't
That
fist fight somebody for a doll.
no, you don't wait in line out and, you know, around the store to get in. It's just we don't have that kind of feel anymore at Christmas time. I know I try to do at least half of my shopping online and
Yeah.
half in the store.
So you're battling bots. That's all.
Yes, that's true.
And if you want the bootlegs, you don't have to go to somebody's trunk. You just go to Temu.
you go.
Exactly. Exactly. A little different now.
All right, well, let's get into the characters and actors. Obviously, our lead here is Arnold Schwarzenegger, plays Howard. He was a bodybuilder, 7-time Mr. Olympia. By the way, bench press of 520 pounds, deadlift 683. Real numbers.
Wow.
He's
Mine are the same.
all right.
In your dreams, right?
Yeah, right.
He's well known for the Terminator franchise, 5 films in all now. Commando, Predator, Twins, Total Recall, Kindergarten Cop, True Lies, on, Ali's action films, Eraser, which Caleb mentioned. And also he was governor of California from 2003 to 2011. So how did he do in this film, and how do we feel about Arnold?
I think he did pretty good. It's no Running Man, but it's pretty high up there.
And so Caleb, you mentioned you're drawn to this by who he was. What is your favorite Arnold movie?
It'd probably be Sixth Day or maybe Running Man. Those are kind of neck and neck, but I do really like Total Recall too. So there's a chart of how many I like, but I pretty much like them all. He's always done a good job, and I do have a Governor shirt somewhere. I need
Oh,
to
do
dig
you?
it out.
Luke, what do you know about him?
I just know the funny lines, but it's a little bit before my time. I know, like, in this movie, he says, "Put the cookie down." That's one of the few I know, but I didn't know it was from this movie.
Well, which of his films have you seen?
I've seen the second Terminator movie, which is probably the best one I've seen him in because it might be the only other one I've seen him in.
Have you seen Kindergarten Cop?
No, I have not.
Okay, I thought you
Kindergarten
did.
Cop.
Okay.
It's not a tumor.
You'll have to see Twins with Danny DeVito, because you know Danny DeVito from the holiday film Countdown,
Mm-hmm.
They're making a second Twins now too.
with those two original
Yeah,
actors.
those two, and I forget somebody's going to play the third. It's going to be triplets.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, wow. I thought he did a great job in this role. First of all, I thought that he played a good dad that was working really hard for his family, but yet just can't please his child or his wife in every way that he should be doing. But really, I mean, if you think about it, he's really doing it all for them, right? And the frustration of work pulling on one arm and his wife and child kind of pulling on the other arm to get to his karate. What do you call it? Karate. What do you call
It's
it?
weird. It wasn't a, but it
Match.
wasn't a
I don't know.
match.
Well,
They were just
It was-
demonstrating moves.
It was belt testing.
it was
Ah,
belt
belt
testing. That's
Nobody
what it
broke the
was.
You should know that, Luke. You did that stuff.
Oh yeah,
I know.
kind of blocked it out of my mind.
Block. Good pun, Luke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was getting his purple belt. And I found it interesting at the beginning that, and we can get more into this, is that the little boy character, Jamie, said, yeah, but you missed, he remembered the ones that he missed. His dad missed, you didn't see yellow or whatever. He's like, but I saw green. I'm not sure if I'm saying the right colors, but he can only remember the ones he missed and not the ones that his dad was there for. I'm like, oh my God, this guy cannot catch a break, right?
Us humans, that's just what we do.
I know, it's true. I mean, down to the dad playing the superhero. I mean, he just looked like a superhero,
course.
especially in the costume. Because, I mean, he's got,
It fits.
But Rita Wilson didn't want him till he was in the costume.
I know, till he was that superhero. But he was the superhero all along. We'll get more into that.
So Rita Wilson plays Liz, his wife, Jamie's mom. Her real name is Margarita Ibrahimoff.
Oh,
She was in Volunteers and Sleepless in Seattle. Coincidence, both Tom Hanks films. She married Tom Hanks in 1988.
yep.
How'd she do here?
I like Volunteers. She did a good job in that. But this one, she's okay. She's just kind of mid, just the affection that Ted wants and that Howard want at the same time. But poor Ted loses out in the end.
What'd you think, Luke?
Yeah, I thought she was pretty good.
Convincing?
Yeah, convincing.
She plays a good mom and good wife, and
Solid.
she's supportive to the point that I think most normal people would be.
That's why there's not much to say. She's the most normal person in the movie, right?
Yeah.
So,
Everything she does is rational and makes sense.
mm-hmm.
She's kind of the
Kind of
anchor.
yeah, she's the anchor. That's exactly it.
I think she looked the part for sure, but I kind of agree with Caleb that it was a little bit mediocre.
Okay. All right. And then we have the foil, Myron, played by Sinbad. He was born David Atkins. He started out as a college basketball player in the late 70s at the University of Denver. He then moved into stand-up comedy, then broke into television. He played Coach Wolter Oakes from 1987 to 1991 on A Different World, very popular sitcom back then. Then he also appeared in films such as the Coneheads movie and this one, Jingle All the Way. And he kind of lost his star into the late 90s, and he's kind of around, I guess. But
Yeah, he's having health problems nowadays. But
okay,
yeah.
he was a great Myron.
Yeah, he ad-libbed a lot of his lines I was reading. And
Okay.
Arnold fed off of that. So Arnold
That's
ad-libbed
fun.
some of that as well. So
Well, if he did that, he was clever.
Yeah.
I
he
liked
did a
it.
good job.
Yeah, I think him and Arnold had a good rapport with each other, and I could see how they fed off of each other. And I thought it was cool how one minute they're just dad to dad, buddy to buddy, even though they don't call him his buddy. But then as soon as that action figure came around, they were like, okay, it's on. And they were pushing, hitting, whatever they had to do to knock the other one out of the chase.
And that was a slapstick portion
Oh,
that you mentioned.
absolutely. And I think Sinbad did a great job with that.
It was fun. And then this was back in the days where people would say going postal. So they were playing on that theme.
Well, I
Luke,
like
do you know about that, Luke?
I know there's a video game called Postal, probably
Yeah.
the same idea, but I don't really know where it comes from.
Yeah, there used to be
This-
occurrences of postal workers going crazy in the workplace. And that's where the term came from.
High stress job.
And it's kind of been replaced by other acts of
Yeah.
violence. You just don't hear that much anymore. Plus, we don't have as much mail anymore. So you probably have
That's true.
fewer postal workers.
They're less stressed.
Right.
But I find it sad that Sinbad's son did not ever get that toy because he was in jail. So how could he give him the toy at the end of the movie?
oh, heartbreaker.
They got it to him somehow.
Let's hope.
Somehow, yeah, with a note saying, "Sorry, your dad's in jail, but you got the toy." So
After it got out of evidence.
I
Yeah.
think Ted probably got it to him. Once he gave up on Liz, he probably moved on.
That's true. Or at least the gift certificate.
Right.
All right. And then we have Ted, played by Phil Hartman. He started out as a graphic artist in the 70s. He designed 40 plus album covers, and he became a comedian. He helped Paul Rubens develop his character Pee Wee Herman.
Hmm.
And he was on Saturday Night Live from 1986 until 1994. And he's also a character actor in multiple films. What do we think of Phil Hartman and Ted?
I think he has the perfect voice.
Yeah, he was using that Troy McClure voice.
It's amazing.
And I liked his DILF subplot, how all the women wanted him, but he only wanted Rita Wilson.
Yeah, he wanted the one he couldn't have.
And they wanted him because he was handy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I agree on the voice. It's perfect. It's a spokesperson voice.
Yeah. I'm Troy McClure. I can't do it, but
Yeah, it's so smooth. That's exactly how his character was, right? Very smooth.
smooth operator.
Yes, he was the
He's a
smooth
very
guy.
eligible bachelor. That's what he said.
But you know what I found interesting is that when he answered the phone when he was at Liz's house when she was baking cookies and he told her go take a shower, take a break, and he answers the phone and Arnold is on the other line. He's holding the phone, but he has a wedding ring on. He's divorced, right?
He is, yeah.
He had a
That's
wedding
right.
ring on because I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, really?
Maybe he's so cut up about his breakup that he needs Rita Wilson
Maybe.
to fix him.
Yes.
I did not notice
Needs
that.
to rebound.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one we'll specifically highlight was Jamie, the son, played by Jake Lloyd. He played young Anakin Skywalker in 1999's Star Wars The Phantom Menace. And as Caleb mentioned, he was a Smucker's kid.
Yeah, he was
Commercials.
in a Smucker's commercial before that movie and Phantom Menace. But he did a good job on the Phantom Menace pinball, too, because he recorded a lot of lines for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. He did well with his disappointed expressions, with his dad not being around at his important events. He did a good job. Like, I feel like every kid at that time memorized the commercials on TV and just putting the pillows on the floor and laying on the floor and watching TV kind of brought back memories of my childhood. TVs were smaller back then, so you had to get closer to them. Now we have huge TVs,
Right.
but yeah, back in that day, they were still small. You had to go up to them. Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, I thought he did great. There's no way I could pretend to care that much about a character they just made up on the spot like that.
That's why he's a pro.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's a pro.
Hope he's still getting residuals.
Yeah.
He was really good in the scene where his dad is trying to win him back in his bedroom.
Eye rolls.
Yeah, just he spoke so much with his face.
Yeah.
But
But you
that was really good for a young child.
can tell by that bedroom he was spoiled, too.
Yeah. All right. Any
Right.
other characters we want to discuss?
Ted the reindeer, I think that's an important character. He played an important role. And also his arc. You know, at first he hated Howard, but then he came around and they had beers together in the end.
True.
How did they do that reindeer? Was it a real reindeer?
Looked like partially real, and then some of the close-ups were puppetry and special effects.
I think some of it was a dummy because I think they just threw it when Arnold, he punched it. I think some of it was just a very light doll that they threw, but yeah, it would have been probably multiple reindeer.
Yeah, PETA did exist then. PETA was on here.
Yeah.
The reindeer handler.
Yeah.
We were treating animals better in films by
By that
1996.
time, yeah.
I know they did. I'm pretty sure they added the line where he was like, well, you started it, because they were like, I don't think kids are going to respond well to him. Just
Somebody
the main
dead.
character, is supposed to be the hero, and he's just punching an animal.
All right, well, let's move on to the scenes. So, what's your favorite scene from this movie, Caleb?
That's a hard one.
I
I do
know.
like the end scene when they're battling on the floats because, lots of pageantry and kind of plays out like a Power Rangers episode. Like they're about to fight and it gets all the way up on the rooftops and Arnold's flying around the city because that parade had a high production value. They spent some money on it.
Yeah.
It definitely, was the pinnacle of the whole movie and it came together well and taught Myron his lesson. And then Myron was forgiven after that as well.
Yep. What about you, Luke?
My favorite scene is when he first goes to the store to get the action figure, asks the employee, and the employee laughs in his face. They all had a really good laugh. I think.
Yeah.
I could imagine just like do your most like obnoxious laugh, and then It was just a really good joke. It went like in threes because you have one employee laugh and then he has to tell the other employee and then he laughs and then they just tell a random customer, she laughs, and then they have the whole store laughing. It really like builds well, keeps you laughing the whole time with them.
I agree.
Oh, excuse me. Yes? I'm trying to find a Doberman doll. Me too, me too. Do you have any more in the bag? What? You see that? What did I say? These guys are looking for a Turbo Man? A Doberman doll, yes. They're looking for Turbo Man.
Hey, everybody! These two are looking for a Turbo Man!
Get him, man. Now, what's so funny? Where have you guys been? Turbo Man's only the hottest selling Christmas toy ever.
It plays off of my scene I enjoyed where Howard shows up in front of the department store and is mingling with the crowd. And he's starting to get a sense of where this is headed. And then that scene Luke just mentioned inside the store cements, we're in trouble here. We're going everywhere.
Well, right when the store clerk unlocks the door and they come in, the poor guy goes down and they walk on top of him, to get toys. I'm like, wow, it was a little bit of a different time back then.
Yeah, we
It
used to
was,
have some Black Friday stampedes back in the day that reminded me of that.
I know it's crazy. I can't believe that was the case, but it really was the case. So,
Sad that time has passed. Kind of.
Well, that's an area of society where we've gotten more civilized.
true.
Guess so. Yeah.
I think it's funny how no one wants, is it Booster or Buster?
Booster.
Booster. Okay. I said it and then I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. That no one wants him, even though he's the sidekick. Like,
Well, no one wants to settle for second best, right?
yeah, but
He looks more cuddly.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I think of like Woody and
Buzz.
Buzz, and they're pretty equal,
I'm sure there's one kid that really loved him.
Okay.
And he was the luckiest kid in town.
Right.
Booster was everywhere.
Because he could have 5 of them. All right. What about sappiest or saddest scene, do you think?
I thought it was very funny that he didn't recognize his dad's accent at all, even with the voice changer on. It's like you're the one guy with that very thick Austrian accent in the town.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, wow, he's really caught up in this flight where he's just so overwhelmed. He's not noticing it's his father.
Hmm.
And I was trying to project into that. I'm like, okay, I could kind of buy in that. That's way, way different than anything you've ever done before. And you just don't even notice his face. You're probably just looking all around. But the voice, you're right about the voice. So
Hmm.
I do like when Howard sees Myron as Jake Lloyd's character. And, he sees him drinking and he sees the outcome of if he doesn't get the toy, he'll turn into a poor postal worker drinking in some broken down area.
yeah, that was kind of like some of the scenes in A Christmas Story
Yeah.
where they're projecting the future of a child and he's down on his luck.
Foreshadowing that Jake Lloyd wasn't going to do well in life. Oof.
No.
Ouch.
Yeah,
He's okay. He's okay.
he's okay.
Yeah, I felt like Howard kept bottoming out and then it was down and then down. And then when he ran out of gas, I kind of felt like, okay, this is about as low as you can get besides telling your wife where you are.
Yeah, I thought it was sad when he went to Ted's house to steal the toy, and then he's out the back door, and he's like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm stealing from a child. And so he finally comes to his senses and is going to do the right thing. And then, of course, Ted the reindeer shows up, and all craziness lets loose, and he ends up burning one of the figures from the
One of
nativity
the
scene.
Fitman's head or something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure
Balthazar.
what it was, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy really cannot get a break. Here he's trying to make the right decision now. And of course, he gets totally busted in the house with the present, the toy in his hand from Ted and his wife.
But then karma comes back around at the parade.
True.
I feel like Ted wanted him to get caught. It was a setup.
Probably. Probably.
He's, he was probably training the other Ted off of like, like police dog.
Oh yeah, he had some of Arnold's clothing.
Yeah.
Spitting tequila in his face.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Let's move on to quotable lines. Y'all have any quotes you recall?
Well, put the cookie down. That's an easy one. That was on those early 2000s soundboards for all the Arnold voices you needed.
Oh yeah, the non-alcoholic eggnog. It's interesting. He was like the only. I noticed he was like Ted was the only man in the town that like didn't drink alcohol because every other like Sinbad and Howard they were all drinking at some point.
Right.
Even Ted the reindeer.
So he's like setting himself
Yeah.
above the others, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
Sanctimonious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have one. It's you're my number one customer. I can't say it like him, but and then another one was from Ted to Howard. You can't bench press your way out of this one.
It really shows like the inside of Ted. Like the mask is off, and that's why he hates him so much. He's just kind of jealous, you know. That's how I kind of view that line. He's been wanting to say that the whole movie. He finally got his opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. So, Caleb, what would you say the moral of the story is?
Mass consumerism will make your child happy.
And you crazy.
Yes, exactly. It'll ruin your Christmas and your marriage, but your kid will be happy.
For how long though?
Well, he won't turn out a drinking postman, so I guess that's good.
What do you think, Luke?
If you want your kid to like you again, become a superhero.
It's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't you think most kids think of their dad as a superhero in some way?
Maybe.
Yeah, when they're little, they do.
Good answer, Luke. So I'm thinking perseverance. Don't give up. You
Mhm.
never know when you're going to get a break. Just when all else looks awful, you're in the dumps. Keep going because there might be a way.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can see it.
It's like the fish in the bowl on the Titanic. Thought it was all over. Hot takes. Does anyone have any hot takes?
Still just that Myron, his kid is not going to get that toy because he's in jail and the toy is in evidence now. So that's all over for that poor kid. He's going to end up the drinking postman.
Yeah. What do you think, Luke?
I don't know if it's that hot, but this movie should be more popular. At least more popular than the Santa Claus movies. They play those all the time, everywhere.
All
And
right.
they're about the same era.
Mm-hmm.
So
They have similar plots. I mean, there's a lot of plots like that in the 90s, right? Like Absent Father. I don't know why that was so common in that time.
it was because divorce became more accepted in the 80s.
Right.
So by the 90s, you had this absent father theme.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is a hot take. So don't boo on me, but my hot take is that Liz was not a very good wife, that she just set her husband up for failure instead of supporting him. She knew he was busy. It was going to be hard for him to find the action figure, but yet she put the hardest task of Christmas on him. And if she really, why, when they were at the parade, so Ted drove her and the two boys to the parade, but then they got stuck in traffic, obviously. And the boys were like, just let us out. We want to go get in the stands while y'all park because we don't want to miss it. The parade has already started. Well, in my head, she should have got out too and went with those kids. Why did she stay in the car with Ted? I mean, I would have been like, yeah, you park the car. I'll stay with the kids. But for some reason, she was fine sitting in the car with him, stuck in traffic. So that's my hot take.
Yeah, and then that end credit scene, she still wanted more.
That's true.
That's true.
Wanted her present.
Yeah.
And what was she doing? What was her job?
Right, exactly. And what did she get him?
Oh,
What?
good
She just
point.
made some cookies? Now, come on, she should have done more.
Okay.
That's
Well,
my hot take.
what she got him, that leads into my hot take.
All right.
Arnold changes coats 3 times in less than 24 hours. Nice coats. Cashmere.
Cashmere.
Beautiful. And that is a precursor to the Hallmark movie trend where they have multiple coat changes. And there's even a coat change drinking game in Hallmark films.
Right.
I knew that.
True. All right. We'll move on to the parent guide. It is PG, and I think that is appropriate. What do you think, Caleb?
Yeah, PG sounds about right. Ted the reindeer got beat up, but that doesn't put it past PG.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, I think that works. I mean, like there was a bombing scene, but it's just like soot on your face and your hair goes up and you just see smoke and that's it.
It's like a
Like,
cartoon bomb.
Yeah,
yeah,
cartoon,
And
or
his eyes
could have
weren't
been
even hurt.
it could have been a firecracker or
yeah.
something.
It's a very violent movie, but it's a very cartoonishly violent movie, which
Yeah, it's like slapstick, right? Like,
yeah,
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely watch this with any kid or any parent very comfortably.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the soundtrack. We have Run Run Rudolph by Chuck Berry. Also, The Christmas Song, aka Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire by Nat King Cole, as classic as it gets. But then another classic, I'll Be Home for Christmas by Frank Sinatra. So a lot of traditional Christmas songs, more than 20 songs listed on the soundtrack. And then the closing credits have Jingle Bells by the Brian Setzer Orchestra. And that's a big band sounding jingle bells, leading you out. So, any comments on the soundtrack?
I think it's very fitting. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Home Alone, but they are both Chris Columbus produced films, right? So
Yeah.
they're very fitting.
I loved it. I mean, I like the old Christmas songs, and I mean, you can't go wrong with that lineup. And sometimes I don't totally notice the music in the movies. This, I don't know why it really stuck out to me when it came on in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worked well overall.
Hmm
Fit well.
I'll Be Home for Christmas was when his Suburban ran out of gas. So,
It's gotta be why. Like, I mean, in a lot of other Christmas movies, they just play them to play them, but like, they set the mood in this movie. That could be part of why you think about them more.
Yeah.
yeah, they were tailored to the scene.
Right.
hmm All right. Well, let's rate this film. So, Caleb, what would you rate it 1 to 5 and why?
And Letterboxd is 2.9.
Okay. I'd give it at least a 4 as far as Arnold movies, maybe a 3 as far as Christmas movies, probably a 5.
Wow.
All right.
Or different scales.
There you go.
So 4 overall.
Yeah, 4 overall, if I had to give it an average.
And Luke, where are you going with this one?
I give it a 3.5.
Solid.
Just, yeah.
That's a good bump from the 2.9.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke just took mine right away. A solid 3.5 for me.
Okay.
Yep.
It was fun. It kept moving, kept us laughing,
Good pacing. Yeah, you're right.
well put together. I'll give it a slight bump from that. 3.6,
Okay.
just to bring that average up a little bit.
All right. Okay. And so, Caleb, would you recommend it? And if so, to whom? I'm assuming you would with that rating.
Yeah, I'd recommend it to most people, especially if they're asking for a good classic Christmas movie or a good classic Arnold movie.
Mm-hmm.
He spans genres.
Yes. Yes, he does.
How about you, Luke? Would you recommend it? And if so, to whom and why?
Oh yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone who likes slapstick comedy or has my sense of humor, I guess. It's weird. I don't know why this film was so poorly received. I think it's just because people weren't ready for like criticisms of consumerism in the 90s. This is what I think. It's a little ahead of its time with that sort of comedic aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like this movie is really more geared towards older children and adults because of just the nature of it about, Arnold's trying to get the toy, but even Jamie in the movie says, "Don't worry about it, Dad. I wrote a letter to Santa and he's going to get it." So it's kind of a little bit of spoiler alerts for like little kids who are believing in Santa still. Also, with having all those Santas, that of course are fake. They're not the real Santas. So I don't know how like 6 or 7 year olds would take it, but anything, I guess, 10 and up would
Right.
definitely, and of course, any adult, because especially if you're a parent, we've kind of all lived a little bit of this, of feeling the pressure of trying to get that perfect toy or create the perfect Christmas for the kids. And we all get caught up in sometimes it being a little stressful and we forget the real reason Christmas is here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would say it will resonate with parents
Definitely.
and also anyone who feels like they're always watching the same 5 or 6 that just come on. dig a little deeper, reach back, find this one, and you'll enjoy it. It'll make you laugh, I promise.
But Luke really enjoyed it, and he's not a parent. I think you enjoy it because you can feel that aspect of maybe wanting the superhero, or what did you connect with it so much?
I think for me, it was just interesting just for my generation because I feel like they don't really make movies like that anymore, where it's like, it didn't feel like it had a clear demographic. I feel like now it's so about numbers and they have to hit certain demographics with different movies. I feel like,
Targeting.
yeah, this movie was made, almost felt a little looser and for fun. They were willing to throw more money at it, clearly. Like, it's weird that it's not really based on anything before, yet they had the money to do like the effects that they did. And they had all kinds of effects. Like, they had some comping and just nice aerial shots and even some like CGI when that was not too common.
Right.
It was a big deal to have that in your movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cool. And just, I also noticed they licensed out some of the characters, especially in the parade. They had like Paddington, Gumby, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
It was
It
pretty
very
broad.
interesting. Yeah,
in
it's
that
very
parade.
broad.
Right. Okay. So Caleb, what is your favorite holiday film?
Ooh, favorite? Probably Gremlins, if I had to choose. Her dad getting stuck in the chimney. So that this rounds it out as a well-rounded Christmas movie.
It's great to hear you say that. We love Gremlins around here. And that episode is yet to come in our countdown. All right, Luke. And I know we've asked you this on a past episode, but it's been a while. So what is your favorite holiday film?
Right now, at this moment, I'll have to say Gremlins too. Thinking about it now, it's,
Gremlins also.
yes, Gremlins also.
All
Not
right.
Gremlins too. I don't think that's a Christmas movie.
That's a New Year's movie.
Yeah, New Year's movie. That's my favorite New Year's movie, but Gremlins is my favorite Christmas movie. Yeah.
What is Gremlins 3 going to be?
Yeah, there's Gremlins 3 coming.
Thanksgiving?
Maybe.
4th of July?
4th of July.
But it's coming
It's coming. We're
Mhm.
excited.
with Joe Dante.
Yeah, Joe Dante is doing it, and I think Spielberg's producing it, maybe? I don't know. I haven't read too much. I know it's practical effects. So that's all I care about.
Oh, fun.
All right. Well, Caleb, I know you have something to promote. What would you like to promote,
Oh,
Caleb?
I am with the Texas Toy Museum, which is why I like this movie because
Yeah.
it has lots of toys and toy themes. It's on Congress Avenue, not far from the Paramount Theater
Mhm.
and right down the road from the Capitol. And we have toys from the past 100 years, mostly 1980s, but it goes all the way back. And we also have arcade games pre-2000s, 1978 to pre-2000s, which are on free play for people when they visit.
Yes, everyone should check that out. It's super cool in there.
And a bar
And a bar. There is a bar. We have beer and wine and
on tap.
on tap beers, correct?
Super cool place. You can bring the kids, you can hang out. It's fun for every age, I would say.
Yeah, you need to see G.I. Joe, Barbie, Star Wars. It's amazing.
He-Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing, the displays.
Thank you.
Yep.
And where can we find you on socials?
So we are currently on Instagram and TikTok, and that's this Texas Toy Museum. We did have a Facebook, but that got hacked and that's gone. But oh well.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're moving past that.
Gotcha.
So, Luke, would you like to promote?
Oh, I like to promote peace on earth and be considerate of what you buy. Be less consumeristic.
All right, less plastic.
Yeah, less plastic.
We only have certain amounts of microplastics in us. I think we have enough. So
Okay. And Caleb's doing a good job of taking them off the street.
yeah,
They can't
make
be-
sure they're not in the landfill. They're in the museum. So if anybody wants to donate any toys, just saying.
All right.
That's great. All right. Thank you for joining this discussion of our 28th ranked film, Jingle All the Way. Please like, follow, and comment on this podcast.
Yes, please share and spread the word about Holiday Film Countdown. Thank you, Caleb
Thank
and
you,
Luke,
guys.
for joining us. And thanks to all our listeners. Next week, we're moving on to our 27th ranked holiday film, which will take us to Smearenberg, Norway.